All right, guys, welcome back to Herrick Gaming. We are starting our new series, Tempus Maledictum. This is going to be a Legacy of the Dragonborn walkthrough. Before we go anywhere, I want to do a real quick thank you for the introductory video that you guys gave me such support on. Even though we had a little bit of technical difficulty in that video with the lighting, let's say, so it looked like this, which is awful. I'm sorry. So we know how to fix that now. Thank you, Lively, for your help. Lively, the creator of this collection, he chimed in on that episode, gave us some tips. The other tips that he gave us was to make sure we read the guide. This guide is sitting in this first chamber that you load into, so feel free to read through this. Legacy of the Dragonborn, we are going to play through that. Handy crafting, I made one little change to that mod. I'll show that to you here in a second. True directional movement, I haven't messed with. I haven't changed. I'm thinking about changing the F key on that to my center mouse button. I think the center mouse button would be a better way to do that for me personally. What else? Quick lights in most collections I've played, or some version of Quick Light. The other thing he brought up was the Spellforge manual is sitting in this cell also. So in that introductory video, I didn't actually read through this book. I was trying to work the Spellforge without actually reading about the Spellforge. So I'm going to do a quick spell here just to show you guys what it is. So you can see what spells I have right now. I'm going to get Fury. Here, I'll show you. I do not currently have Fury. I like Fury at the very beginning, especially if you're a ranged character and there's multiple guys you're going in on. So we're going to define behavior. You can change any of these that you want. I'm not going to change these. I don't need to. You can define the archetype. I do need to change this because Fury is not an alteration spell. It is an illusion spell. I'm going to set that. And then down here on Activate Spellforge, I'm going to go to Spell Forging. I'm going to synthesize my selection, and it's going to open up a list of things that I can purchase. I have 40 arcane resin. This costs arcane resin. So if I use this, it used 8 of my arcane resin, so now I have 32 left. So there is an arcane resin cost, and then what you want to do is back away, and you'll have a spell in your hand. Back away from it a good distance, and then cast your spell. Alright, once you hear that, now you should have your spell. Fury. You can equip that, and now you can cast Fury. I don't need to cast it right now, but, well, or whatever spell you chose. Sparks or Flames or whatever. Okay, so that's what's here in the opening cell, and let's go ahead. I am going to follow along the Legacy of the Dragonborn, which means I am starting as the Guildmaster.
An entire world of lost mysteries lies before you to explore, Guildmaster. Be cautious.
The Guildmaster for the Explorer Society. We'll take a quick nap.
Ah, good. You're finally awake, Guildmaster.
What time is it?
Oh, must be going on 9 in the morning now. After the incident yesterday evening, we figured we'd just let you sleep in.
The incident?
My, you must have hit your head proper. The main chamber caved in yesterday. Nobody was seriously hurt. But you and a couple others took some pretty nice knocks on the head, and it set us back a bit.
Well, we best get back to it. Half the day is gone already.
Oh, worry not. We kept at it and managed to salvage the passage access, but there are lots of odd sounds of things moving about inside. Could be trouble, so we figured we'd wait for you to come around. You should certainly stop at the expedition supply tent and arm yourself. Before you go. No telling what could be down there. Oh, and we collected your tools after the accident. They are sitting on the table out here. Grab them, gear up, and have a look in the ruins. Argonel is waiting for you inside.
Alright, the massive bonus you get to starting as the Guildmaster is not only do you get a full set of guild armor, which we will equip right now, but you also get these 4 tools. 2 of them we can't use yet, but 2 of them are going to be extremely helpful early. So Dino's Bottomless Pack gives you 200 extra pounds to carry, 200 extra points, I guess. And then once in a while, some junk just randomly appears in it. Well, not necessarily junk, something useful. All right. The other one that is really useful right now is the Dwemer Compass. So you can give yourself, I think it's 5 points that you can travel back and forth to. And then you can also set where you're traveling from as a temporary travel point. So you could essentially just say, I need to go back home for a second, teleport there, and then say, okay, I'm ready to explore again, and automatically teleport back. Very helpful. All right. Now, Alvaro's tools. I haven't gotten high enough to use this as the Guildmaster, so we'll find out when we get there. I think it's level 10. And Schneider Sextant can help you find relics. I might have those backwards. Let's take a quick peek. So, yeah, I don't want to steer you guys wrong here. The Schneider Sextant, not skilled enough. That's the one that requires level 10. I'm currently level 4. The Alvaro's tools, you take fragments that you found at a chance of finding something more beneficial. We'll find some fragments in a second and we can use it. We'll try it out. All right, and then we'll grab our lockpicks and our arrows and all of our extra goodies that are sitting here. I did not actually want that piece. And these are all... So if you see the blue plus sign on the Legacy of the Dragonborn emblem there next to Iron Warhammer, when you see that, that means you do not have that item on display in the museum yet. So you definitely want to grab that item. Now, what it'll change to when you have an item is you see now the Legacy of the Dragonborn emblem has a hand on it. That means it's not on display, but you do have it in your inventory. So you don't have to pick that one up again because as soon as you get back to the museum, you can put it away. Once you do have it on display at the museum, it turns into, I'm pretty sure it's a green check mark. There's a check mark there. I'm pretty sure it's green. We'll find that out as soon as we put one on display over there, though. All right. So as far as the first excavation...
Goats! Another fight!
Oh, I got some wolves down here. Did I actually equip my hunting bow? I did not.
I'm staying out of this.
We'll let them do their thing. So I wanted to show you this. Hold on. Looks like they might be coming over here. F, I think, was the key. Oh, they already killed it, didn't they? Yeah. All right, so I wanted to show you this in the grass. It's a huge difference from what I had last week to what this pack actually has. And I apologize for making this thing look worse than it is. It was not my intention. So here, let me just show you what I had it looking like, which is just awful compared to what it should look like. So much nicer. So, again, my apologies. And we're just going to move forward with this now. All right. So this is a Nordic excavation site. You can dig these up to get fragments. Remember that that item, I think it was called the Sextant, could give you keystones from fragments. So let's dig up some fragments. Oh, that camera. All right. So our archaeology went to level 5. We'll play with that in a minute. You get a perk point for every 5 skill points in archaeology. And what did we actually get for fragments? I'm assuming those are sitting here. Maybe not. Don't know where the fragments sit. I wonder if they went into the handy bag. Either way, we know we can now use the wrong one. The tools to change 2 fragments into a possible keystone. If I'm successful, it'll cost me 2 fragments. If I'm not, it'll cost me 1. But apparently I still don't have enough because it's not allowing me to do it. I thought I got some from this. Let me check my handy bag of holding, which I think, if I remember from reading our book, it was this key. Yes, it was. Which, you know what? I can just show you in the book. And that was this guy. And this guy. And if we go through the pages here, handy crafting. So it's this left bracket. Access your handy crafting storage by pressing left bracket. So I'll push that. I'm going to fetch all my ingredients out of it. And then I'm going to take a peek and see if I now have those. Yes, I have 4 fragments. So if I use Alvaro's tools, Nordic fragments, excavation failed. So since I failed, I now have 3 fragments. If I would have succeeded, I would have had 2. So let's try it again. We have the opportunity to try it again. Excavation failed. And I don't have enough to try again. So I guess that's it. That's it for trying now. But as we come across these, we'll keep trying that and see what we get. All right. Of course, we want to do all of our gathering. I will get that going. Oh, as you saw there, the bestiary. That is the letter K. And anything you've looted will have a bestiary information on it. So far, we've only seen a wolf as far as beasts go. Awesome. And it just lets you get it more information. I think, I'm pretty sure, because, oh, it shows what they drop. And then the ingredients, once you know what they do, it'll show you what they do there too. So pretty cool. All right, I'm going to head in. Our quest takes us into this ruin. And let's see what this guy has to say.
Ah, wonderful. You're back. We've just managed to clear the rubble of yesterday's cave-in and managed to break the seal on the opposite door as well. Sounds like there's something moving around down there, so I thought it best that we wait for your return. I'm right behind you, Guildmaster.
Awesome. You stay right behind me. Now, that door and that door go to the same place. That one goes up onto the roof. There's nothing up there. It's just a viewpoint. I'm going to go ahead and follow the one with the quest marker, but it really doesn't matter. You can go through either door. All right. There should be a skeleton in here somewhere. No skeleton? Well, that's strange. There's always been a skeleton in here before. Okay. That's all right. Let's unlock this chest. Nice. We got a card. And we'll take a peek. So this hunting knife we want. The longbow we don't want. Oh, I don't know if you just noticed that, but the text came up orange. So that is one of the things that I changed. And so if we go into the mod configuration menu, or MCM, you'll hear it referred to as, and go to the handy crafting. There's 2 things I changed. One in handy crafting. I did a handy bag of holding hotkey, and I set that to number pad 9. That's for me. Personally, I like to have it there. And then in the Curator's Companion, I went to my general settings, and I turned on all of these to let me know when I loot something for the museum. And then in the advanced settings, I changed the color to orange. That way I know when the notification is coming from the Curator's Companion, because all the other ones are white. So when I see an orange one, I know, okay, this is something from the museum. All right. And, oh, I'll take that rapier. Thank you. There's some armor pieces on the floor. They are not museum pieces, but if you want them, feel free to take them. I'm not going to bog down my inventory with stuff I don't need right now, but I do want the potion. Okay. Your buddy's following you here. You need him to get close to that door to trigger this, to trigger the next portion of this. So have him follow you to this door.
Oh, confound it.
There we go.
Looks like this door is sealed as well. It doesn't have a lock and the doors aren't fused like the others. Oh, looks like there must be some mechanism nearby that opens it. Have a look around and I'll watch the door.
Okay. Once he has done with his speech there, you will see a handle behind the chair. Go ahead and click that handle, and that'll open the door for you. So, in this version of Legacy of the Dragonborn, I haven't run into any skeletons down here. But in previous versions, there were 2 skeletons right in this area. And I think there used to be 3 upstairs. But they're not here in this one. It's just easier than it used to be. I'm sure that's intentional that they made it easier. It used to be a little more difficult. Not much. Just a couple more skeletons. All right, so we're going to grab our Akaviri relic. And then we're going to have a boss to fight. Right, so the ghost that's guarding this place does not like that we took his relic. So let's trigger him into a fight by taking half his health to begin with.
Does someone live?
Good. Easy enough. Let Argonal tell me his story.
That does it, I suppose. And look, the passage opened back up. Well, after all of that, I'm headed back to camp for a bottle of mead and a lie down. See you back at the guild house, Guildmaster.
Alright, see you, Argonal. Alright, so I want the arrows, and I don't really want any of this other stuff. So take a look in here, grab whatever you want. I don't know. Yeah, it would say on here if it was needed, I think. We'll keep an eye out on that. And then there is, inside this bowl, there's a coin. If you pick up the bowl and drop it somewhere else, you'll have better access. It's an Akaviri Dragon silver piece, and that is a museum piece. So don't leave that behind. Definitely going to want that. All right, we're going to head back out the way we came in. Now, remember I said you can go either door, so the quest takes you that way. But it doesn't matter, because if you go this way, it's the same. Alright. Oh, this does look very nice now with the... Why are you still sneaking? Goof. Alright. This does look a lot nicer than it did last episode. Really, really beautiful landscape. This would be a nice screenshot. I might just use this. Here, let me pause for a second. Okay. I used photo mode there, so if you hit your escape key, there is a photo mode. So I just went into photo mode, and here, I'll just show you real quick. If you go into photo mode and hit T, you can hide the UI, and then you can just move around and see what you want for a picture. Get nice and close into the tree. Whatever you want to do, right? And then escape, and you're back on your guy. All right. What was your name again? Carl. Hey, Carl. We found something inside there and a blue guy.
Oh, would you look at that? I haven't seen anything quite like that before. I'm sure it will fetch quite a nice price from a buyer. Oh, but come to think of it, Aryan might have interest in it.
Aryan? Who's Aryan?
Oh, the vines. You really need to see a healer about that head of yours. Aryan is the creator of the museum in Solitude. The same building that the guild is attached to. Well, at any rate, he said he had a proposal to pose to you, so you might see if he's interested in the relic as well.
Alright. Once we're done here, I'll head over there and check it out.
You go on ahead and we'll finish up the excavation here and pack up in a few days. Then we'll be heading over to Orsinium like we had planned. So, good luck to you, Guildmaster. I trust we'll likely not see one another for some time, but I'll send word if we find anything interesting there. And if you'd like a ride over to Whiterun Stables where you can catch a carriage back to Solitude, Farlan is heading that way and could take you.
So, he said this guy over here is heading back to Whiterun. That was loud. Hey, Farlan, are you heading to Whiterun? He said you were.
Heading out soon, Guildmaster.
Oh. Okay. So, can I ride with you?
Oh yes, I'm heading over to Whiterun to get more supplies for the journey to Orsinium. If you'd like to tag along, you're welcome to. You could certainly catch a carriage there to take you to Solitude.
That sounds great.
Very well. Let's get underway then.
Right. Oh, here we are at Whiterun.
Nice weather for a ride. Hope it lasts.
I'll be over there for a ride in just a moment. Looks good. Okay. Let's take a peek out here.
There once was a hero named Ragnar the Red who came riding to Whiterun from old.
Oh, I got mail.
Dead.
I've been looking for you. Got something I'm supposed to deliver. Your hands only. Let's see here. Looks like that's it. Got to go.
Yeah? What mail did you give me? It didn't really say, did it? Let me just read through these. So I think some of these are just part of the what you get to start the game. Oh, I think this is what I got. Magical horses? All right, message about improved adoption horses for followers. Okay. And I'm not going to mess with this right now. Hey, Bjorlum.
Never been to Whiterun before? The Jarl's Palace is something to see. Big old dragon skull hanging on the wall. Impressive.
Great. Can I hire you?
Where do you want to go?
I would like to go to Solitude, please, which is in the Hofengar district.
Going straight through, or did you want to stop somewhere along the way?
No. I want to go to Solitude.
Climb and back, and we'll be off.
All right.
First time to Solitude? Beautiful old city. Capital of Skyrim, but I'm sure you already knew that.
All right, now that we are in Solitude, the first thing I always do, because they don't give you a waypoint here at the carriage, it's actually down here. I always like to pop over here, make sure you get Cutlass Farm discovered, and then head into Solitude. Just in case you want to fast travel later on. I am super excited to check out... Is this a waypoint? It does not appear to be. To check out the version 6 of Legacy of the Dragonborn. Can't wait to see it. if there's new quests or changes to the quests or any of that. You can't hurt Uncle Rogvir.
Tell them he didn't do it.
Positions.
Sorry, you need to go home. Go home and stay there until your mother comes.
You should tell her that her uncle is scum that betrayed his high king. Best she know now, Advar.
You're all heart, Vivian.
You are!
Rogver, you helped Ulfric Stormcloak escape the city after he murdered High King Torrig. By opening that gate for Ulfric, you betrayed the people of Solitude.
He doesn't deserve to speak!
There was no murder. Ulfric challenged Torrig. He beat the High King in fair combat. Such is our way. Such is the ancient custom of Skyrim and all Nords.
Cut him down.
Guard, prepare the prisoner.
I don't need your help.
Very well, Rogvir. Bow your head.
On this day, I go to Sovngarde.
Then we will blast our way through town here. Oh, that was just a boy. I don't know why I thought that was one of the mail carriers. I'm like, you just visited me. All right, here we are. The Legacy of the Dragonborn Gallery. So we found out last episode that there were some physical differences, like the button here, the button isn't here to open this secret door. There is a stairwell leading up now that didn't used to be there. That's kind of nice. I'd have to go back and look, but I think this fountain is different. I'm not 100% on that, but I'm pretty sure that fountain is slightly different. Anyway, now that we've done a Guildmaster start, let's see what happens to Orin when we go in. All right, well, there's no rope. Just like last time. It looks normal, other than the new display there.
Ah, good day to you, Guildmaster. I trust you are faring well. How goes the excavation?
A little accident that set us back.
Oh dear, I'm sorry to hear that. I trust nobody was seriously hurt.
Just some bumps and bruises. Nothing big.
That's good to hear. Did Carl inform you I wanted to speak with you?
He did. He said something about a proposal?
Well, it's a bit of a proposal and a request. We've been cordial neighbors for some time now, the explorers and the museum, that is. And I began to think that it is rather silly that we aren't working more closely with one another. Then Carl told me of the availability of the chief librarian position in your guild, and I thought that I might offer my expertise in that role. In exchange, I was hoping that you and your explorers might be willing to undertake some exploration and excavation of a variety of artifacts, funded by the museum, of course. I have just completed the majority of the renovations to the building and would be ready to open officially if I could find some reliable treasure hunters or mercenaries. I think that you and your people would be eminently qualified. So I was thinking that I become chief librarian for the Explorer Society and you become the relic hunter for the museum.
So, you would buy all of my artifacts?
Well, I was thinking more that I would simply safeguard and showcase the things you found, offer you funding and occasional finder's fees, and that way you can access any of the collection you provide at your discretion.
That sounds like a really good idea, actually.
Excellent. Well, let me give you the 10 Septem tour, then.
This building was once called Macnarian Hall and was built as a temple dedicated to Talos, the patron god of the Nords. After the White Gold Concordat, however, the statue was moved and the temple closed. I came here a few years ago and was able to procure use of the space in the pursuit of establishing this museum. Of course, I have had the building vastly expanded over the last 2 years to accommodate what I hope will become one of the grandest collections of Tamrielic history in the world. This grand atrium I call the Hall of Heroes. It is where a variety of historically significant relics can be displayed, and is quite a striking entrance to the museum, if I do say so myself. Off to the right is the reception hall and staff barracks, as well as the museum office where I do much of my work. To our left, you'll find the central hallway leading to all the other galleries of the museum, which also serves as the cultural arts exhibit. Here, I hope to display a variety of art, as well as elements representing the more primitive cultures here in Skyrim, such as the Falmer, Forsworn, the Giants, and more. Down here on the lower level, you will find access to the East Exhibit Halls, which houses the Daedric Gallery, the Hall of Lost Empires, Hall of Oddities, and the Hall of Legends, which showcase a vast array of relics pertaining to the Daedra, Dwemer, Falmer, and ancient Nordic cultures, as well as a number of peculiar items that defy simple classification.
At the close end of this hall, the stairwell will lead to the Hall of Wonders and armories in the basement and up to the second floor.
There you will find access to the Natural Science Gallery, as well as the Dragonborn Hall, where I will commission a variety of displays heralding any of your accomplishments. At the far end of the hallway on both floors, you'll find access to the Grand Library, and here on this floor, the door on the right also connects to the museum office. If you cannot find me in my office, you will almost certainly find me whiling away the hours in the library. Also, you should pick up a copy of the museum guide at the entrance of the museum. It will let you know the schedule of where I'm working, should you need to find me, and it will offer you an easier way of navigating the museum, as well as keep track of how many displays our museum has. Of course, it may take me a moment to update those accounts, so check the guide again if you feel the numbers seem off. I'm sure I'll eventually account for everything. Any items you find for display, you can either manually place them yourself, or utilize the prep station in my office, and I'll ensure everything you have gets properly displayed if it has an appropriate place. I'm likely to have a variety of tasks for you, but in between, I'm sure you could help me find a random relic or two I've been researching. Feel free to look around and come find me if you have any questions. I'm very excited about the prospects of where we are headed.
Oh, almost forgot. There is a safe house upstairs with all the amenities you could ever want. I don't utilize it much, so you can feel free to.
And lastly, I have a few leads for you to get started. First is an artifact I heard is for sale by a general merchant in Helgen named Borgoth. He said he would hold the item for me for a while. So it may be best to retrieve it first. The others, well, the notes will tell you all you need to know about them.
Okay, hold on, don't run off.
Ah, my friend.
What, really? All right, let's follow him into the library because we need to talk to him. Hello.
Good day.
You are very close. All right. So this piece that we found, the Akaviri relic, what do you know about it?
Oh, that is quite a lovely piece, isn't it? I believe it's called Drakensang. Legend tells that the weapon was forged from a talon of the tiger dragon of Karpo Toon, the leader of the cat folk of Akavir, Toshraka, who allegedly metamorphosized himself into a dragon. Not entirely sure if there is any truth to it or if it's just mythology, but the weapon is a beautiful piece nonetheless. You could display it on the dagger racks in the main hall if you'd like, and here's a finder's fee to help you fund your next expedition.
Okay.
You're back. Wonderful.
Anything new?
Oh yes, I have in fact been researching the location of an artifact of interest. If you have the time, you could investigate it. I'll mark the location on your map. Let me know if you uncover anything. Until we meet again.
How about now?
Do you have a question?
Let's see. Okay. Nope, I don't want to talk through any of those. All right. So let's head back out here. He gave us our Akaviri relic. He gave it a name, and he called it Drakensang. Is it in weapons? Yes. So this item here, we now know to be called Drakensang. That's what we found down in the bottom of that last location we were at. So the way the museum works is all of these little pegs are displays, and everything you find has a peg or a location in it.
Fascinating.
So like for jewelry, it'll have, like, the rings will have little slots in this belt, and the necklaces will all display here, and some of the helmets will be on top of these mannequin heads, and you got different gloves and all of that. So this Drakensang actually has this circular plate here. So with it in your inventory, you can hit E, and it will place it. If you ever want to take it back and use it, just hit E again. Whoops. Hit E again, and now you have it back in your inventory. So if you were to find Nettlebane, you could come and put it right there, or Valdir's Lucky Dagger, and you can put it right there, right? And so on and so forth.
Everyone seems to be in great spirits today.
And there are, I think I saw 4,368. Am I right? I think that's close. Legacy of the Dragonborn Museum sections, 4,400. So something increased from the last time I looked. There are now 4,400 total displays. So I mean, there's a lot there for you to find. You won't run out of things too quickly. But yeah, so like this display is going to have a ring. It's going to have some boots. It's going to have some gloves. It's going to have an armor piece and probably a sword up here, right? So these displays all get laid out in many different ways. All right, so this is the eating hall, I guess, the diner, or the whatever you would call it. But in here is the guild, the Explorer Society Guild House. There is a secret item under here. We will get to secret items and passages at some point as part of the Legacy of the Dragonborn walkthrough. This here is Orin's bedroom. And then you have your bedroom. And then this one is like the barracks for all the guards and stuff that you hire into the museum once you've been here long enough and you can hire them.
Quite rewarding to finally have it here on display to admire.
Let's finish off this floor and then we'll go downstairs. I'll show you all around the guild house. So here is a new way of putting up paintings and displays, and we'll get into that and break that down further in a future episode. There is a book here you can read. It goes towards your reading. This is the display prep station. This whole side is called display prep station, so you can click anywhere on that. I'm going to do that in a minute. I don't want to do that just yet because there's other stuff I want to show you before I click on that one. This one is where you can come and take all of your Akaviri relics that you found, or yeah, not Akaviri, your relics that you found, and you can turn them into things like this. Morrowind Dwemer Bowl needs 12 Dwemer fragments and 1 keystone, and you can make this bowl that you can display, right? And as you progress, you'll learn more and more stuff. This one here is a relic transfer station. So what this one does is it looks in your inventory, and anything that's in your inventory that is a relic, it will dump into this chest for you. And then you can say, go ahead and put them on the displays automatically. And it'll just put them out there for you. And this one turns on shipments. I'm going to leave this just like it is. Everything's turned on. You can have a shipment location at different carriages, at inns, and at player houses. I'm going to leave that all turned on. We're going to not mess with any of the changes to any of that. If you want museum armor, you've got extra museum armors right there. There is a saber inside of here. It's just something you can look at. Anyway. On the desk here, there's a book, Arian's Notes on Symmachus. You're going to, as you progress, find more and more of these books laying on the desk, on the table, on anywhere out here. You'll want to grab these because it gives you a quest to find an item that Orin is looking for that you need to put on display in the museum. Back behind here is the safe. So when you put something into this and display it, or into this and display it, it actually ends up in the museum safe and then gets put on display. I would suggest you just leave this alone. Pretend you don't know what's there, and just don't mess with it. If you ever need to take an item off of display, just go to the display and grab it. Don't come in here and grab it. You can cause issues. All right, replica workbench. Sometimes the item that you want to put on display is also needed for a quest. So what you'll want to do is come here before you turn in that quest and make a copy or a replica of that item, so you can put the replica on display and then still turn in your quest item. Currently, I don't have anything that I can replicate, or I don't have the materials needed, so I need 2 leather strips and 2 leather before I replicate this pack. Well, which is fine. I just won't put it on display yet because I want to carry it. But once I have enough items, I will come in here and I'll do replicas of those. Supply sorting, which I don't have turned on, but if you have craft loot turned on, which is a feature in... it is, I think it's in Legacy of the Dragonborn Curator Companion, I think. Oh, I don't know. It might be in regular settings. Craft loot, yeah. I don't like it. It causes glitches. It's a problem. Use your handy selling. You use your handy bag. It's way nicer. Not that this isn't nice. It is nice. It's just it's glitchy. Or I don't know. Maybe version 6 has fixed it. But in version 5, it was very glitchy. So I'm just not going to use it. But feel free to jump in and turn on craft loot. And then it'll move all your stuff upstairs into the safe house. All right. What are you humming about? Am I talking too much? I'm so sorry. All right. Here, what we described here, it happens even faster if you use this. So I'm just going to click this. It will automatically take any applicable despicable, only the despicable display items. It'll take any applicable display items from your inventory and put them on display. Take a little bit of time. It's actually really fast. Do you want to do this? And I'm going to say yes. And it should just take a second. And it should give you an alert that it put away so many items and you now have this many items on display. And then if you were to walk around to all of those locations where those items are displayed, they would be visible there. And we'll give that a second to think through. Didn't think I had that many items in my pack for it to display. Maybe it's not working. No, it's still working. It's putting stuff away. That's a little bit slower than I was expecting it to be. Huh. Okay. So that was quite a slow process for 15 items. So now we have 17 total items on display, and whatever we had in our inventory that was displayable has now been taken off. So anything that is, let's go ahead and turn that on, by the way. Anything that is now in your inventory, you either had it equipped and so it couldn't put it away, or it isn't something that is needed to be put away. Make sure all my books are read. We're gonna touch on books here in just a moment. And I'm just looking to make sure that it didn't put away like Alvaro's tools, and it did not. Okay, so we still have that stuff that we can play with later on.
It may be time to change out the water and clean the fountain again. Such a bother.
All right. The next step, we're going to go look at the library real fast. This might be a longer episode. We're doing a full tour of the Legacy of the Dragonborn Museum. Future episodes, we'll actually be finding more stuff to put in here. but I feel it's important that we actually take a peek at the whole place for just a quick second. So in here, you take on any of your books that you don't want to be carrying around with you. You pop them in there, and then come over here and sort them. And it'll say book sort begun. And then it'll finish your sorting. And once it's done sorting the books, then you can update the list and it will update your catalog. Any books that are displayable items will display on their shelves where they need to display, whether they be in here or out there on any of the shelves. Any that are not a displayable item should be in these alphabetically. So that's S through Z, M through R has none, H through L has none, and so on, right? So as you go through, and these will be skill books, and these will be spell tomes. So you could just come in here, put everything away, and then come back to skill books and read them all. Come back to spell tomes and read them all. All right. Out into, there's more in the library that I can show you, but we'll get to those later. There's definitely more I want to show you in the library as we get to it, where you can have the library tell you locations of more relics and things like that. All right. This door is locked. Go ahead and trigger the door, and it will start a little quest to go talk to Orin about it. So now next time we talk to Orin, we'll want to bring that up. Before we go in that room, I want to show you all of these display little posts on the wall. If you have a painting in your inventory, you can click on it and it will display. So any painting you can display anywhere. All right, we're going to head into the Dragonborn Hall now. Okay, into the Dragonborn Hall. All of your Dragonborn related items will find their way in here, including any of the stones that you find, like the Lady Stone and the Thief Stone and all of that. Those will be in here. All of the gods, the Mages Guild and all of that stuff, I think, comes in here too. So all of the worship, all of the Daedra gods that you find, all of that stuff finds its way in here. But for those roguelike characters like me, you're going to come down here and click this button. And down in here is a little secret room that will also trigger a conversation with Orin. So it's kind of messy right now. Let's go ahead and break our way through. And you can just bash it a couple times and then it'll let you walk through. Maybe. All right, maybe I have to shoot it. There we go. All right. So we got a new quest called the Chamber of Secrets. And here we are. This is a secret room for your more secretive items. Your thief items, your, let's say, Dark Brotherhood items. All of those get placed down here and out of the view of the general public. All right. Let's head back up and find Orin. If I can... I'm on the wrong side. My bad. All right. Give me a second. I'll find Orin. We'll be right back. Okay, finding Orin. I made my way back to the main entrance here. There is a book called The Curator's Guide. Grab that up. When you open the Curator's Guide, you're going to see... I don't need this. All right. You can find Orin. You can move to a museum location, or you can read the guide. If you read the guide, it's just going to show you mostly the current display count. It doesn't work until you open it, close it, and then open it again, and then it updates. You can move to a location, and any of the locations that you want, like Hall of Heroes is what we're currently in, So it won't let us go there. It'll take you to. And then you can say, well, where's Orin? Well, Orin is in the Hall of Heroes, so he's somewhere in this area that we're in. And if you were to take that and go down to Miscellaneous tab and open it up, now you'll find a waypoint right to Orin. So you can just walk right to him. All right, we've got two things we want to talk to him about. We've got a locked room, and we've got that room downstairs that needs cleaned up.
Do you have a question?
Yeah, that hidden room under the Dragonborn Hall? What's going on with that?
Oh, the Hall of Secrets. I had all but forgotten about it, to be honest. When we broke ground on the foundation of the museum expansion, we accidentally broke through into a sealed-off chamber that was built under the Pelagius wing of the Blue Palace. When I asked them about it, it apparently used to be some sort of panic room for Pelagius when he was in one of his more violent manic episodes. They sealed it off long before the rest of the wing and forgot all about it. I asked for permission to use the room as a bit of a secret storage vault in case Solitude was ever invaded. I would store the relics there and lock down the museum. They gave permission, and I had the tunnel finished and access in the hall made.
Can I put my private stuff in there where no one else would look?
Certainly. I suppose if you are ever in need of a place to store items of a more questionable nature, that room would be ideal. I'll go ahead and outfit it for you, but I'll take a nobody asks, nobody tells approach to it, and you do with the room as you like. And I won't plan on taking any tours down there either. I should have it all cleaned up for you by tomorrow.
All right, so we'll wait for 24 hours, but first, that locked door upstairs, tell me about that.
Oh, the door on the upper hallway. Yes, that's just the tower. It's not currently utilized for everything other than some storage. There was a leak in the dome above it, and the entire wood structure inside completely rotted out. Plus, it didn't really offer much potential for good display space anyway, so I just sealed it off.
All right. Let's see. I don't really... Oh, the sword in the office. Tell me about it.
Ah, yes, that would be my personal sword. Adrasorn, meaning ancestral edge. What? Don't picture me as the swashbuckling type? I assure you, I am just as capable with the blade as I am with the book. I just don't often find much call to employ the former, and so it remains in a place of honor and remembrance for me.
All right. Okay, so let's do a quick 24-hour wait so that he can fix up that room for us. All right, and talk to him again. I don't think we need to, actually, but let's make sure.
Good day, my friend.
Yeah, we don't need to talk to him about it again. It should just be updated. So let's go ahead, use the Creator's Guide, and move to location, and let's see if that updated. Doesn't look like it, but we should be able to get right there from the Dragonborn Hall now. Hall of Secrets. So it should be fully outfitted now, so we can actually take a quick peek at it. Note from Aaron. That's new. Clean up the hall and repairs to the entry point wall have been completed. I hope the space serves you well. While going about the cleanup, I recalled a vexing note that I had previously found during the construction of the expanded museum, which I thought at the time was just a bit of poetry or a riddle, but I get the feeling that this is somehow connected to the hall more specifically. I'm not certain that it will lead to anything fruitful, but if anyone can discern it has a purpose, I'm certain you can. Here's what the note said. Where wind does howl, yet rain cannot touch. Wind, rain, okay. Feet above your head, heads beneath your boots, as they ride upon the waves of the sea. Where wind does howl, yet rain cannot touch. Feet above your head, heads beneath your boots as they ride upon the waves of the sea. So, sounds like you're in a boat underneath the museum, underneath that archway of Solitude. I don't know. I could be wrong. I don't know what that's supposed to tell me, but let's take a peek in here. Oh, yeah. We got a full-on new storage area. Robes of the Emperor. We've got skulls of different folks that we have to take out. We've got Crown of Baron Zaya. We've got all of those all those skulls and stuff that we can find. Then of Nightingale armor, Guildmaster armor for the Thieves Guild. All kinds of different weapons. Oh yeah, this is going to be a nice one to fill out. Anyway, let's go back up to the Hall of Heroes. And that way we can finish checking out other stuff. We checked out the library. We have not checked out the East Exhibit Hall yet. All right, well, this is quite a big space. We're not going to go fully through here. I just kind of want to give you a little tour. And just kind of get a quick glance of everywhere we can go. This is some like Daedric-y type stuff. Yeah, the Daedric Gallery. And the Oddities, Hall of Oddities. Well, we got a Jade Dragon, Jade Palace, Jade, so a lot of Jade stuff. Skull Key, Warhorn. Oh, King Orgnum's Coffer. We'll want to find that, but I want to put it up in the safe house. Because you can make money off of that guy. Yeah, there's so much stuff down here. I'm not going to go through all of it. There's just too much. We could be here for all day. And I haven't even put up any displays yet. So, yeah. Another room of stuff here. This room, we'll just take a peek out here, is called the Hall of Lost Empires. And then we've got another section of the museum that is currently under construction, so we can't go back there. All right, we're going to go fast here now. The Museum of Science is just above us, just above us, one floor. We're going to take a quick peek at that, which I think this one has the fossil mod in it too. Yeah, Museum of Natural Science, or Hall of Natural Science, or I think they call it the Gallery of Natural Science. Here, let's look. Yeah, Gallery of Natural Science. So, I saw a video. This whole thing has changed. This is now 3 long. It used to just be 1, the fish section. I saw a video of Ice Cream Assassin playing this when it first came out. And he put a door back here that leads up. And you can now mess with fish in here. That's just crazy. So that's kind of cool. That's a whole new thing. Wasn't here before. This mammoth statue, the dragon statues would all go up in here. And then each of these just have different things. Hagervins, Spriggans. All of your gems that you find will make their way in here. And yeah, this one's new. Oh, they took, since the potted plant isn't over there, it's now here. And they give you 2 full displays of it. Oh, wow. So that's a lot of planting you can do right away. That's a nice little addition. And upstairs, this will be where the fossils are. Great. Okay. One more trip before we go to our safe house. One more trip. I want to show you what's downstairs real fast. So if you remember, there was a gift shop that was put in as an April Fool's joke a couple years back. And that was put in across the street. Well, now they've moved it into the actual Legacy of the Dragonborn Museum. So there is a gift shop, and as you find items, the gift shop will accumulate more and more things that are available to be purchased. I'm looking forward to see if some of the patrons that walk around will make their way down here and appear to be purchasing. I hope so. That would be kind of cool. And then your armory. We don't need to go in there. There's a whole... It's just all the armors you find get put on display. We can look at that once we get a few more armors. Right now we've only got a few small things. But as we move on, we'll definitely take a look at it. The Hall of Wonders. There's like fish and things like that that'll go in here. Some different kinds of creatures. And down in here, you'll find some mud crabs once you find them and put them in. More displays, more fishing type displays down here. And then a whole nother display area in here and also back and behind. So a whole ton of displays. This can, if anyone out there has not played Skyrim with Legacy of the Dragonborn in it, it adds so many hours of gameplay if you are a collector, if you're someone who likes to completely finish something. All right, so you see this raised stone? There's 3 of those. I'm not going to click them now, but I will show the secrets later on. For now, look for those 3 raised stones and see if you can figure out the secret. I showed you one. There's 2 more in the museum somewhere. All right, let's head up to the safe house. All right, some pretty nice changes to the safe house. One, we have ourselves a spell forge right here in our safe house. Fantastic. The kitchen is pretty much the same. There is the cheese mod installed, so you do have an extra door right there where you can put your cheeses on display when you find them. And of course, the freezer and the storage closet is still in its normal spot. I have not figured out how to use the fireplace to the secret entrance outside yet. I also... Now, when I say I haven't figured out, I haven't really looked yet either. I also haven't figured out where the button is for the doorway. There used to be a doorway here. Okay, there used to be a doorway right here, and behind this, I don't know, canvas, there was a button you pushed and this doorway opened. I'm assuming the button is still in this room somewhere. I don't know that. I haven't really spent too much time looking around to see if I can find it, but we'll do the secrets of the safe house and the guild hall or the museum at some point down the road, and we'll find all of those things. And this room and that room at the end, we will purchase and fill out with something. I haven't decided what yet. All right. You have your own personal armory in the safe house. Everything that you put away will make its way into these locations. You also have your workroom where you have your tanning, your crafting of weapons and armors, the forge, all of that. You have your enchanting table along with a soul extractor and a disenchanting font and a transmogrifier and a mystic condenser. So you have all of this stuff. Soul gems can be stored in here if you want. Over here, you have your alchemy lab. Again, you can put your ingredients, you can put your potions, you can put your poisons, you can store them all in there if you want. Your staff enchanter. what wood pile, miscellaneous clutter and junk that doesn't have a place finds its way into this chest. You have another replica workbench. We talked about that downstairs, and another archaeology workbench. We again talked about that downstairs. So you have another one of those up here. Lastly, you have the exit that was added in this version to the guild house right here. So that's kind of your safe house. That's your home. I am going to go ahead and set right at this spot okay, I am going to go ahead and set right at this spot right here a compass, set a location, location 1. So when I want to return to my safe house, I can now use my compass and I will return right here to this spot. Which is really cool that you get that right from the beginning if you pick the guild master start. All right. We have this has been a little bit long an episode, but that's fine. We have the Dragonborn gallery quest, which he said to start with the guy in Helgen. So that's probably what we'll do first next time. We have to find the Dagger of Samachus. That was from the book on the table. And we also have Nightgate Inn, an artifact to find there. So we've got 3, 4, 5 artifacts we can find already. So we will start working on that next episode. Thank you for hanging out. I really appreciate it. I can't wait to play the next episode with you guys, and we'll get into finding some of these. Go ahead, hit that like button, subscribe, all those things, and we'll see you in the next one. Thank you.